Or maybe you're making smothered pork chops for your holiday. Smothered pork chops is definitely holiday worthy for Christmas. I hope y'all are having a great day today. And if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this recipe. We're making smothered pork chops here at the Young's house. I'm going to show you how quick and simple they can be made and how to make them taste delicious. You're going to need some pork chops. You could even use pork steaks if you wanted to. I have washed them off using lemon juice, salt, and cold water. We give them a nice rinse and then we pat them dry with a clean paper towel. You're going to need some spices to make it come together and taste good. We got garlic and onion powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning if you like it. If you don't like it, leave it out. We're going to be using some paprika. I have some black pepper, and we're going to use some salt. I got some sweet Vidalia onions we'll be using. We're going to use some beef broth. If you don't have beef broth, you can always use water, okay? I also have some chicken bouillon powder because I'm going to put it in my gravy, make it taste good. You're going to need some all-purpose flour to make up your gravy. In my pan here, I got just a little tiny bit of oil because we need to saute some onions. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make delicious smothered pork chops, Gina Young style. You're going to love this recipe. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to season up these pork chops to give them some good flavor. If you're the one that's afraid to season, your food will be absolutely flavorless, right? Like, don't call it Gina Young's recipe and you're afraid to season, right? I'm going in with some paprika. I really just have a little bit, so this little bit I'm going to be using it, okay? It's not smoked paprika, all right? We're going to put some onion powder in on purpose. I'm using a nice amount. Are you kidding me? And I'm going to do that same thing with the garlic powder. I'll flip them over and we'll season that other side just like this. And what I like to do, I always like to tell everybody, when you're cooking any meats, doesn't matter what kind of meat it is, let the meat come up to like room temperature. If it's super cold, it'll cook up dry. If you kind of let it hang out on the counter for a little bit and it rests and it's not so cold when you begin to cook it, it's going to be nice and juicy every time. So now we're going to go in with some black pepper. All right. We're going to put some Italian seasoning just on one side and some salt. And then I'll flip them over and do the exact same thing. Go ahead and flip them over and get that other side done. How many of you love smothered pork chops? Here at the Young's house, we can eat it once a week. We can definitely eat this once a week, and I know you can too, if you love pork like we do. All right, so now here's what we're gonna do. Once again, we're going in with that same seasoning, and I'm gonna let these pork chops set for a good 15 minutes just out on the counter, not in the refrigerator, and let those spices really seep down into this beautiful meat that we have here. Now that we have the spices onto the meat, and I let them sit on the meat for about 20 minutes, now we're gonna take, just simple, I don't have cornstarch, I don't have anything on my flour, it's just all-purpose flour. We're gonna lightly dredge it, just like this, give it a nice shake off and into our frying pan. And the frying pan has a tiny bit of oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. What we're looking to do, this is super important. We're not looking to fully cook them right now because they'll fully cook when they're simmering in that lovely gravy. Right now, all I want to do is get a golden brown crust onto both sides. We're not trying to fully cook it right now. So let's get it in the pan. You can watch me finish dredging up the rest of the pork chops. Usually I have more, but this package didn't have a lot. I would love to hear from you all in the comment section below. Is smothered pork chops like a thing at your house? Because it's definitely a thing at my house, and we can't live without smothered pork chops. I mean, it's like a staple, and we have it, like I said, weekly. And here's the thing. A lot of people will steer away from it thinking that it's so hard to make. It's not. Especially when I show you how to make the gravy, you're going to say it is a piece of cake, just like she said. Here's the thing, when I'm doing these videos, I'm showing step by step exactly how I want you all to do it, and it'll turn out exactly like mine's would, trust me. While we wait for our oil to heat up for the pork chops, let's go ahead, slice into some onions. I don't know, when it comes to making a gravy, if I'm smothering something, whether it's chicken, pork, or beef, I want onions in it. I want a nice sweet Vidalia onion that has been sauteed, put into the gravy, and it makes it taste chef's kiss every time. So now you don't have to dice it. You could just do a rough slice or chop However, okay, so in this pan, I got a little tiny bit of oil. We're gonna saute it till it gets nice and sweet, and salt and pepper them to give them some good flavor. This other onion nice and sliced. So what are some other options that you could use? You could do mushrooms. You bet you could. You could smother these pork chops with, you know, the sauteed onions, sauteed mushrooms, and maybe a bell pepper if you wanted to add some color. You can absolutely do that following the same recipe, and it will be just as delicious, okay? So we're gonna cook this right down. I'm not gonna salt and pepper it until it's almost done, because if we salt this right now, that salt kind of draws water out of the onion, okay? So let's get that going. Go ahead and get those pork chops right into that oil. That sizzle right there means you're moving in the right direction. Okay, mighty good. I'm looking for a nice, beautiful golden brown color. I'll probably cook them for about 3 more minutes and then turn them off. Get them flipped over. We're looking for just a little bit of golden brown. Oh, yes, baby. Now that looks good. Gorgeous. Keep in mind, remember, and don't you forget that I told you, we're not aiming to fully cook them. We just want that crust right. Go ahead and take these right out. We got that golden brown color we're looking for. Let's get the other ones nice and golden brown, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this gravy that you're going to be licking your fingers. Go ahead, let's do it. The whole house smells amazing right now. Is your stomach a rumbling? Is your mouth watering? If so, I don't blame you. The oil that you have left in your pan, if you have enough, or you may need to add a little bit more, you're going to take that lovely oil, put it into a larger pan, because now I'm going to make some gravy. I'm going to make a nice amount because I want these pork chops to smother, and I want them to be covered in this lovely gravy. And that's how we're going to continue to cook our pork chops until they're fully done. So I've taken that extra oil that was left in my pan with all those little delicious little bits. Okay, when you're making a roux, I always like to tell everybody, you're going to use half parts oil, half parts your flour, equal amounts, and then you mix it together. At no time should this look like plaster. I'll show you what you're looking for. Take a look at that. I'll cook this for about, let's just say maybe 5 minutes, because what I'm trying to do is you want to cook that raw flavor of the flour. You want that raw flour taste to be gone. So 5 minutes to do the trick, okay? It will get a little bit darker, but that's fine. You want a darker gravy. My dad taught me how to make gravy when I was 9 years old, and he would always give me the option. He would say, which one you want to do? You want to stir or you want to pour? And I would get to choose one or the other. And he said, whichever one you do, keep doing it. If I tell you to pour, just keep on pouring. So you need somebody to stir and somebody to pour, so let's do it. You will know, just trust me, you'll know how much liquid you're going to need, okay? Because if it looks too thick, let me show you. Like this, you know you need more. Keep going, okay? And we'll season it later. You know what gravy's supposed to look like. Once we have that consistency that we're looking for, it's going to look like a really light colored gravy. So what are you going to do to darken it? You can always use something called kitchen bouquet. Kitchen bouquet will always darken your gravy, but if you don't mind a light gravy, that's fine too. Instead of using my beef broth, y'all, I just use water, but you could still use the beef broth, okay? It will add some color. So I'm going to put some in, okay? All right, so now we're going to go right in with chicken bouillon powder. That is going to be the ultimate flavor. I used about just a teaspoon. Onion and garlic powder, and on purpose, we're using a nice amount. We want a gravy that tastes good, right? So don't be afraid to season. Okay, lovely. That's black pepper. We're going to turn around and put those sauteed onions right in, and I'm going to come up close so y'all can see what the gravy's looking like. So now, since I don't have kitchen bouquet, the browning seasoning, I'm going to use some soy sauce. Put as much or as least. Just keep in mind that it does have salt in it, so you're going to have to balance it out. And it will darken up our gravy. It smells amazing in here right now. When I serve this recipe, I will always serve it over a nice fluffy bed of rice. But earlier I made fried rice, so I'm going to be serving it with fried rice, but just make sure you got some rice or maybe even some mashed potatoes to serve this with. Take a look at the gravy. It is perfect, it's luscious, and it tastes good. But I did have to re-season 2 or 3 more times. Take your pork chops that are not fully cooked, get them into the gravy, and now this is where the smothering comes in, because this is going to cook in that gravy on low with the lid. If at any time your gravy gets a little too thick, guess what you're going to do? Just add a little bit of liquid. You'll be ready to go. This is right here. This right here is what you call smothered pork chops. Gina Young style. Make you some super
Enjoyed this
tender.
video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, we thank you on today for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. Let's taste. Somebody's stomach is rumbling. Somebody's mouth is watering. I don't blame you. Oh, it literally cut like butter. Let's see. Oh. You're gonna love this. Make you some.